super fun, crazy, wild, multi-foil pumpkin, okay? But the first thing I'm gonna do is trace my pumpkin onto my canvas. It's a wood canvas, 8 by 10, 2 coats of black paint, and then I also just really lightly sanded so that it wasn't fuzzy, okay? Hello, everybody. So, because this is black, normally what I would do is use a charcoal pencil or a chalk, not charcoal. Thank you for the sprinkles, everybody. Last video I challenged everybody to sprinkle to all their friends, and that's probably why Facebook threw me out. So normally I would just use a chalk pencil and hand do the pumpkin. But if you're in my challenge, I want to give you a little heads up about this too. This is an option for transferring your pattern to your project. Now, because I'm using black, I have white transfer paper, okay? It's white graphite paper. It comes in black, white, blue, pink, yellow, all the colors. This just so happens to be white because I'm working on black. So first, I want to kind of arrange my pumpkin. I think I'm going to scooch him over to the side a little. I don't want him to be perfect. And we may put some vitrograph here. So, and then I'm gonna take just a tiny piece of tape. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. Sorry about that. I'm gonna take a tiny piece of vitrograph or a piece of tape and just hold my pumpkin into place while I transfer. So now I'm gonna slide my paper up under, and then all I have to do now is trace over my pumpkin with a stylus or a pen or a pencil, whatever you have handy. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. We'll do this section, then we'll do this section, and then we'll do this section. Hopefully I have the paper turned the right way. Let's peek and see. Yep, I do. Thank goodness. So then we'll do our middle section. Yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it, if I had it wrong? That would just be par for the course. It'd be like, yeah, it's just time to go home. Yeah, that's what this is, Laura. This is tracing paper from the sewing department at Walmart because it comes in a multi-pack of colors and it works super well. So last little section. We'll do our stem, just kind of halfway. And voila, our pumpkin is transferred. Thank you for the sprinkles. Love the sprinkles. We're gonna move this out of the way. I have so much stuff piled up here, guys. Names in Spanish, what are you talking about? Don't freak me out, Rima. Don't freak me out. Don't do it. Okay, so the foils that I'm gonna use are, I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna use the leopard. I'm gonna use some pink. I'm gonna use some pink leopard and some of this crazy foil, a little bit here and there. But before I do that, we're gonna put a little bit of paint on our piece, and that will help kind of guide us where we wanna go, okay? So I know that here and here, I'm gonna use the black and gold foil, okay? The leopard print. So what I actually brought to the dance is some metallic black, and it is Folk Art Metallic Sequin Black. And I'm using that because if the foil has a little skippy here and there, what you'll be able to reflect through is the metallic black and not the flat black of this paint. So I am literally just going to come in to those two sections and hit it with the black metallic paint. All right, I think Reem is messing with my head. Reem is trying to make me cry. Don't you make me cry. I'm not sure, Gail, if she did, but she will. Remember, don't forget to repost your link to your foils because that video is gone. I just went ahead and deleted that whole disaster video that we just started and had to walk away from. So make sure you repost. All right. So just black metallic over the black paint. And I'm going to do this one too. We'll do that one. Then, I don't know why I'm trying to be so perfect. Yeah, Rima's being crazy. So our center is going to be hot pink and blue and I don't even know what other colors. It's going to be crazy. We're going to intermix some color, and then we're going to intermix some different foils, and then we'll probably paint on top of that. So let me get this. Y'all, I seriously, after my last live on Tamara's page, I was like, I am going home. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm live at the studio this week. I was just like, ugh. And then I saw a pumpkin on Pinterest, because I'm an addict. I'm a Pinterestaholic. And I was like, oh, come on. I need to go home. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Had to make it. Had to do it. Okay, so that is the two outside pumpkin rinds sections with metallic black. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for sprinkling and letting your friends and cohorts know that we're all here. So my center pumpkin, I am just gonna go, I don't even know what I'm gonna do 100%, so just bear with me. I'm actually gonna start with this hot pink metallic, which is Pearl Fruit Punch. And I'm going to just start adding some color. Right up next to there. I'm not going to paint the whole thing pink. I'm going to intermix a few colors and hopefully it turns out nicely. Because we are going to lay foil on top of this as well, so it doesn't really have to even be perfect. Let me get the bottom. A little bit more. I think I'll just hit my line here. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of teal. I'm just going to offload on my paper towel. I'm not going to do much with that. I'm going to go into my teal, get some on my brush, and I'm going to come over the top, just kind of intermix some of that in. Have us a little teal spot. We'll go up to the top with that too. This is gonna be so cool. Hopefully, it might be a hot mess. And I actually wanted some orange. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this scarlet, which is kind of a ready orange. Well, I need to shake that up better because that's just oil coming out. There we go, that's paint. And I'm gonna just use a teeny little dab of that orange. I don't wanna go too crazy, and if it's icky, we'll cover it up. Nope, that's not icky. I'm gonna get a little bit of white. It was a little brighter than maybe I wanted. I'm gonna go into pearl. So are y'all thinking, what in the world is she doing? So I'm just gonna keep futzing with it until I kind of like it. Bring a little more of that teal in. Now keep in mind too, I'm not gonna like stress myself out over this because some of it is gonna be covered up with foil. Maybe a bit of teal on this side. All right, so we're gonna walk away from that. All right, so now I'm going to do pink again. I know, this is crazy, isn't it? Thank you for the sprinkles. I'm gonna do pink again here. This is metallic pink. Get that covered. I make sure my chalk lines are covered, my tracer lines. We don't want those peeking out. And I'm gonna be less crazy with this one. I'm just gonna add a little bit of blue, maybe right in here. And maybe a little pearl at the top, kind of like a highlight. All right, so I think that little piece there, I'm gonna do pink as well. Try not to get my hand all up in it. And we'll add tiny bit of orange. I don't want too much. The orange was strong. And maybe a tiny bit of teal at the top. Super messy. Pearl. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. Is this not crazy? Can y'all see that? Y'all don't think I'm nuts? So we'll go with the pink again on this little piece on the outside. Trying to remember if this was like a t-shirt or something. Try not to get my hand in the paint. It'll be easier. We're gonna make this super fun though. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this other little nubbin. All right, wipe that off. So let's go in, we'll get a little bit of this blue, metallic blue. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna turn it upside down because it's just easier, but I'm gonna hit it right close to that black. Just scrub it in. Don't try to be perfect. And let's get some pearl. I'm gonna do one tiniest dot of orange, just in one or two spots. And then we'll go a little teal here, and tiniest orange right along the top, and voila. Okay, so that's how we're starting. That is how we're starting. Add a little something there. Now, remember, a lot of this won't show up, but anything that peeks through is going to be super fun and exciting. So before we start with our foils, I'm going to add a little bit of a stem. And I think I have a metallic green I would love to use. I do. I'm going to use a metallic. This is Dazzling Metallics Festive Green. So let's get a little bit of that going. And we will use a little bit of a smaller brush. Have a little more control. So this green is spectacular. I am going to pull some down into this pumpkin. It's gonna take more than one coat. But actually what we may do, remember the leopard print green? Oh Lord, I see a leopard print green stem in our future. This is gonna be the craziest pumpkin you have ever seen. Thank you, Pat. I love my bracelets too. I never take them off. Every once in a while, 2 or 3 of them will break and I'll just go buy some more. So we are gonna dry this. My little dryer is right in front of me, so I wanna hit it with the blow dryer real quick so we can start on our foils, okay? So Rima sells the foils. Rima, you do sell the foil adhesive as well. Am I correct in that? Oh, Dee, I have almost every metallic color under the sun. I probably have 30 colors that are metallics. I love the metallics, especially over the holidays. Some of them came from Hobby Lobby. Some of them came from a little store in town called Paisley Pineapple. This one I actually got at, I think, Abercrombie. This one is actually a hair tie. So anywhere that I see cute little, and I like them to be all stretchy, anywhere I see them, I buy them. And then I just save them until, you know, 1 or 2 breaks, and I need to have another one. I want to get this really nice and dry so that we can add our adhesive. Yeah, that's not too shabby either, is that? Yeah. Feels a little sticky here. So while I'm drying this, does anybody have a question about our upcoming challenge or our membership group or our pumpkins or anything along those lines? Kristen Rima has a Facebook page, So she will respond to you and give you that page. Absolutely, iridescence will work. Keep in mind though, Felicia, iridescence, let me see if that's right. Iridescence tend to be translucent, so you might have to do multiple colors when you do something iridescent. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is our black pumpkins. And we're gonna do those using this. Is this not spectacular? So I am going to cut off just a small section of the leopard print so that I don't have to manage this whole thing. Desiree, we have a 4-day challenge coming up. It actually starts tomorrow. It's a 4-day challenge on how to create a pumpkin, sunflower, in a vase. If you want, there is a link at the top of the page, Desiree. Excuse me. I get choked up on my own self. But if you are interested in information, you can text me at this number right here and text me the word challenge, and I will make sure you have all the information you need. The challenge is included in the membership if you are a Shattered Circle member. If you are a Shattered Circle member, go to the announcements tab on the Shattered Circle Facebook page, and you will find the link to join. Okay, so I am going to grab a brush. Oh, he's trying to catch my hands. That's funny. I love my cats. So this is what is called foil adhesive size. Okay, it is the glue that helps the foil transfer to your art project. Okay, Rima sells this as well, so let her know when you're purchasing foil that you need size as well. Okay, thank you for posting that, Rima. Desiree, Rima just posted a link that you can go to and find out all the information you need to about our challenge. But if you hang on towards the end, I will show you what art piece we're doing. This is a terrible brush. I'll show you what art piece we're doing and give you all the details as well when we're done with this little painting. Let me find a softer brush because that one is not playing nice. Okay. So this is the size. So it's kind of like glue, and it helps hold all that foil onto your art piece. So I'm going to just paint the size on just as if I painted the black paint. So you want to make sure it's nice and covered, especially this leopard, because we want really good coverage of the leopard. The others we're going to futz with smaller amounts of coverage. We're going to kind of do a crazy technique. So I want to make sure I get it all covered. And then you want to give it a few minutes and let it dry clear before you put your foil on. All right, so I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to come over here and do the other side. Okay, so Louise answered your question, Wanda, and I'm going to expound on that. Now, if you are someone who has used resins for a long time, like I don't always use 2 cups because I've been doing resins for about 15 years. Okay, I've been working with resin for about 50 years. 50, yeah, since I was 8. I've been using resin for about 15 years. But if you're new, it is super important to get exact measurement when you're pouring and mixing together resin and hardener. So it's really easy to get off if you use 1 cup. So I always encourage beginners to use 2 cups. That way, if you pour 1 ounce of the hardener in your little 1 ounce cup, and then you pour a little too much of the resin in your other cup, because they're not in the same cup, it's easier to balance that out. You can always go back and add a little more of one or the other with your cups kind of sitting beside each other, so you can make sure everything is equal. All right, so that is kind of the reason why I encourage beginners to use 2 cups, because it's super easy to mis-pour, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so I've got both of my black leopard print ones done. Shoot, did y'all hear that? Something just fell completely off the wall, landed on my table. Not cool. yeah, 50 years. Yeah, I started doing resin when I was 8. Okay, so I want that to dry up really before I do my next sections, because I want to have control. So we're gonna, Rima, can I hit this with a little heat, a little blow dryer, or no? Would it be wrong? Can I force dry it just a little bit, Rima? I don't know if I can or not. I don't want to get in trouble. We'll wait and see. Because what I want to do too is add a little bit of that to the pink spots too, but I don't know. It has to dry by itself. Okay, we're going to let it dry then. Because I don't want to get my animal print into my pink areas. So I think what I will do though is go ahead and add some of that to my green, because we're going to put green foil on that. That'll be easier to stay away from. While we're, Shamima said, no, do not force dry. I didn't think so, but I couldn't remember. It's been a long time since I foiled anything. So let's get it on. And if we get a little of the leopard on here, it'll be all right. Not gonna cry about it. Okay, so this is almost dry. I probably just was a little too thick about it. So while we're waiting on this to dry, I'm gonna show you real quick the art piece that we are doing in our challenge, okay? That'll give me a little time for that to dry. So this is the piece we're doing in our challenge. It's a 4-day challenge where we walk you through step by step how to complete this entire art piece. We start with a clean background, 11 by 14 canvas. We're gonna show you how to create this nice, soft, almost woodsy looking background. Then we're gonna show you how to trace your pattern onto your canvas using a pencil and copy paper. All you got to do is print the tracer off on your computer, and we're going to walk you through how to print or how to trace that onto your art piece, and then we're going to start painting. We're going to show you how to paint your pumpkin, do all the fun little details, and on the last day, we're going to show you how to apply glass to the centers. You can even add some glass to your pumpkin if you want, and pour resin over the top. Now the glass and resin is optional. You do not have to do the glass and the resin. It looks perfectly wonderful without it. You can also opt into using seed beads or buttons or coffee beans or sunflower seeds or such for those centers as well if you don't want to use the resin. It's a $10 registration. You get access to a private Facebook page where we will be doing all the lives. You get a tracer. You get a supply list with links. If you have trouble finding certain supplies, we give you links for that. There's also a video inside the group showing you how to break a beer bottle or a wine bottle to create your own little glass bits for your sunflower heads. So I think I saw a question. what are you using for glue? Because I found a roll of foil in the drawer and don't know what to do with it. This is foil size. It's called foil adhesive. And you can get that from Rima as well, okay? It's foil adhesive meant for applying foils to your art pieces. Does that make sense? Okay, so I think this side's good and dry. I got a little too heavy over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this side. And I'm trying to find a stiff brush. So what I can do, I'm just gonna take my scissors again and cut a little bit of a smaller piece because it doesn't take a lot. And I am going to lay it over the top of that black area and press it down. Then I'm going to first use, because we're using the hard canvas, it's going to be a little easier to transfer than it would if you were using a canvas, because canvas is porous and it's bumpy. So I'm going to just press it in, and then we'll peel up one little section and see how good it worked. Oh, look at there. Look at there. Oh, I stuck my finger right in that. Yucky. Hang on. Stuck my finger in the foil adhesive. They really are so much fun. I want to make sure. Look how great that turned out. You can see on the foil that it has transferred really nicely to that area. Got one little baby wet spot. I think it's okay though. So I'm gonna just toss that aside. And you can use every little square inch of this, okay? So we may use it in a few minutes to come back and add a little to some other section. So now I'm gonna get a piece of foil and we're gonna do the same thing to this side. So I wanna make sure it's completely covered. Boom. Then I'll use my finger first to press down. Then I'm gonna use this, this is a really stiff old paintbrush that is kind of dried up and not really useful anymore. So I'm using that to kind of press down and make sure that's adhered really well. So let's take a peek. Oh, I missed a little spot. So yeah, peel it up slowly. So if you miss a spot, you can kind of lay it back down and hit it again. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look, Rima. Look how good I did. Are you proud of me? Look at that. That looks super cool, even all by itself. So real quick though, I'm gonna grab this green. I'm gonna grab a tiny piece of this green. It's only gonna take like an inch or so. And we are gonna do the stem with this green. I've got a foil extravaganza going on over here. So this is the green leopard. So I'm gonna place it right over the top of that stem. And we'll put our little stem on. This is so cool. Are you proud of me? Yes, you are. So let's see what we have. Look at that. Not quite transferred all the way. Let's just keep messing. I think I wasn't quite dry, Rima, but that's okay. We're gonna put a little paint on that too. Check that out. Look at the stem. Is that not adorable? OMG. I am on a pumpkin roll, aren't I? So the next thing I want to do, I think, is I'm gonna take some of this solid pink that I have. This is the solid pink. Oh, I need to decide where I'm gonna put it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, and I think for solid pink, I am going to like very randomly. I'm not covering up the whole bottom of the pumpkin. And I'm kind of keeping it organic. I'm not like making any straight lines, just kind of adding a little foil or size, and you'll be able to tell kind of what I did once we apply the size. So I'm just gonna go around the edge and maybe a tiny bit up here on this pink color. Not doing much. I want some of this to show through, so. I know y'all think I'm a nut. So that's for that one. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing over here. I'm gonna go right along that edge and add just a little line of foil right on that edge. Then I'm gonna fill it in a little bit at the bottom. Kind of in a real painterly fashion. And then we'll kind of do this. It's gonna be really hard for y'all to tell what I'm doing until I foil, so just bear with me. And we'll do kind of the same thing. We'll do that bottom. And then bring it up a little in a couple of places. All right, now I need that to dry. I'll blow it. I can blow it, can I? So we're gonna let that dry for a few seconds. So I think I'm gonna use that pink, kind of this hot pink color. I'm gonna cut me off a bit of that. And we'll use that. And I think I'm also going to grab a tiny amount of leopard. And I'm totally going to grab in some of this craziness and tiny bits of this. Y'all are gonna be like, what is happening? So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna try to do it super organic so it really turns out nice and not crazy, okay? So, let me see, that's still a little sticky, I think. I'm gonna cut. And hold your breath. I know I'm kind of rushing it, Rima, don't kill me. Where's my icky brush? I know foil is so versatile. And I want to show you how it's kind of distressed looking. I love that. Somewhat exactly what I wanted. So we're going to come up here where we had a little foil. I think we had some foil at the top. And let's see. I can pull it up. Super duper. And over here. Oh my goodness. Now watch this. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this and I'm gonna, remember how I put some at the top of there? We're gonna use that. And then anywhere I missed here. Oh, did I not put any on there? I didn't put any size on that one. Okay, crazy woman. Hang on. We're gonna put a little bit. Now we're gonna wait for that to dry. We're gonna move on to another section though, so don't fret. Okay, so we're gonna come over here then. Got them stuck together. And I know I added some right here. So let me press that down. Oh my God, look at that. Can you see it? That is spectacular. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit here. Yes, I like it looking a little crackly. And we're gonna add the solid pink a little bit here. Oh my goodness, y'all. Love it. So while we're waiting on that to dry, I'm gonna add a little more foil because I want to add in some of the teal. So I'm just buttoning 100%. So we're gonna add some of that teal right where that teal is. And then some of this craziness, we're gonna add over here. Give that time to dry. Put a tiny bit of teal here. Tiny bit of teal here. See what happens. Just let that dry. This is, I know, I am a Mad Hatter. I told you I was in a crazy mood today and we were gonna do some crazy things. Wait till we start adding glass. So look, I bought these like 3 years ago. It's a string of beads that I bought from Michael's, and I thought they looked like mermaid scales, and we may add one of those. I like it upside down. We may add one of those as a leaf too. Super, super cute. So I brought those to the dance, and we have frost for the pumpkin, and we have a little bit of gold as well. I do too, Charlene. I use every square inch that I can. So let me see. I was going to add a little bit of foil of the leopard here. Brush it. Oh yeah. Then I wanted some teal. That might be a little big. I want to have control, so I want them small. Let's see. Oh, goodness. All right, now we're going to do this crazy stuff. Look at this crazy stuff. OMG. Y'all, it's insanity. Complete insanity. Did I put some there? I think I did. I want some of that blue. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going back and forth. Let's add some blue here. Holy mother. Love it. I need foil there. I need size. And then we're gonna wrap it up because this is crazy. Look at this pumpkin. We are going to add a little bit of paint to soften a few things up. I need something there. I feel like. And here. I love everything else. I love everything else. Let me see. So we got a couple of spots. Ooh, oh man, I got that in my paint. Not cool. I'll just set it over here. Let it dry and cut that piece off. Wanted to do this. Oh, yes. And fumble fingers. All right, look at that, y'all. If I don't even know what to say. I love this so much. This is the coolest pumpkin I've ever seen. Craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so stinking cute. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm not gonna take a lot of time with this, is I have some black, that black metallic still on my palette. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna dip just the corner into that black metallic. Let me see if I can actually get some on my brush. And I'm going to just hit a little bit of a shadow on that left edge of the animal print. And we'll do the same on the other side. It's kind of gonna help it like pop and be a little three-dimensional. So we're gonna add just a little bit of paint. Lovely. I'm gonna rinse. I'm gonna add a couple more little things. It is fancy, isn't it? This might be the fanciest thing ever. I'm gonna get a little bit of that pink and do the same thing. Just dip your corner. And I'm just gonna hit it right along this edge. Oh, I love it. Just kind of completes it. So we'll hit this edge. And one more, no rhyme or reason, just kind of how it feels to me. I feel like it needs it here or there. So now let's rinse. And I'm gonna get a little bit of this teal color. I'm gonna come up here on this little piece and add a tiny bit of teal. Here. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little more black. And I'm gonna hit one side of this stem, just to kind of bring it to life. Maybe right here to separate these from the others. I'm gonna do one more thing, then I'm done. Done and done. Swear to God, swear to God. I could play with this all night. So I have a little bit, I'm not gonna use the pearl, it's too translucent, but I do have a little bit of white on my palette from God only knows which live I did today. So I'm gonna run it through really lightly, and I'm gonna just barely hit one side of this stem. You don't really wanna cover up any of the beauty that you did. Just a really, I gotta fix that, light highlight to show your pumpkin off. We'll do it here. And done. Might do just a few little strokes. Now I need to get some black and fix this little boo-boo I made. Voila! What do you think? We're done. We are done. I'm gonna add, let me throw, oh, I got such a mess on my desk, y'all. I'm gonna set this paint aside and we are gonna add, I don't really want to add any glass at all to this pumpkin, okay? So I think what I'm gonna do is add some glass like right here along the edge. And let me see if I have green. Any green at all, please? So hard to find green these days. Let me see if I have a tiny bit of green. Lord, I don't. Oh, yes I do. Little bits of green. And then I may pull in some vitrograph. And then we're gonna do seed beads. Okay, so if we don't like this, y'all, don't hesitate to say, heck no, take it off, okay? So here is some green. This is just really some green that I had stuck aside because it was so, the pieces were so large. Really having a struggle getting green these days. But I was thinking maybe a little bit of green, which is not gonna show up super great. Maybe I should get some reflective. Maybe just some, I don't think I like this already. What do you think? I ain't feeling it. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? I'm thinking clear glass on the bottom, frost on the top of the pumpkin, and leave it be. Aren't you? I don't like this. That doesn't make me happy. Yes. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab up some clear. We're gonna lay across the bottom. We're gonna frost the pumpkin, because the clear will 100% not show up except as an accent. So let's put a little bit of clear at the bottom. Promise this will work. And as usual, I've been saying this all week while we were doing pumpkins, but once we get it on here, if we put the resin on and we hate it, guess what we'll do? Yes, we're gonna add, we're totally gonna add a leaf. Right there. Right there. That is so cute. And then, so we're gonna resin, and then after we resin, we will add some frost to the pumpkin, and I wonder if we can add just one little, maybe two. I don't know if I like that or not either. We're gonna leave it for a minute and mix resin. Okay, so these are the little baby cups that I use to mix resin, and I'm literally only going to do a 1/2 ounce, okay? Yes. So, I'm gonna take my little handy dandy pen. This is so cute, I cannot. I mean, up more, you mean? I'm gonna mark my cup at 1/4 ounce and 1/4 ounce. This is all the clear I have. Out. I want it to go higher. This is my last bit of clear. is that. That's all we got. Okay, so we're gonna mix resin. Let me grab my gloves. Isn't this super cute? Y'all, don't forget to sprinkle. Don't forget to sprinkle. We're running out of time to join that challenge. Oh, on the right? Oh, other side. Oh, you mean like up here? Closer to the pumpkin? Like that? How's that? Good? Oh, I got the sniffles now. I'm so hungry. What time is it? Oh, 7:30. No wonder I'm hungry. Okay, so we're gonna pour resin, 1/4 ounce of each. So we are going to start with the hardener. I'm gonna pour 1/4 ounce of hardener in my little baby cup. Woo! I almost overdid it. And that is why you use 2 cups if you're new. Because I almost went way past my line. And if I had, then because I used 2 cups, I could have made up the difference on this side as well. You just want to make sure they're even. Don't go over. All right. Now, I'm going to take my handy dandy little spats. I'm going to mix my resin, and I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Hopefully it's going to be as beautiful as we all hope it is. So I'm going to dump that into my cup. And Rima, my little timing friend. I'll save that for next time. So now what I need to do, I'm going to pull this back towards me, and I need to elevate my canvas, but I'm really kind of afraid to move it. So let me see if I can elevate without jarring everything. Oh, there we go. Can we still see that? I'm getting stuff all over the place. So now I have to stir my resin for 3 minutes, okay? So I'm just gonna stir slowly. You don't wanna whip it to death. You wanna stir really slow, scrape the bottom, scrape the sides, and is there a spot? Oh, is it at the top where I just touched it with my hands? Or what spot are we talking about? So thank you for sprinkling and letting your friends know we're here. We would love for you to let them know about our challenge as well. Our challenge starts tomorrow. We do 4 lives, 4 days in a row, 7 p.m. each day. So Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, we walk you through step by step on creating our pumpkin sunflower in a vase art piece. You do not have to be present. The videos are all recorded. Well, we do them live, but the minutes on the back left of the pumpkin. Oh, it's probably just some debris on my canvas. I'll get it off, don't worry. The videos are all recorded after the live is done and put inside of the Facebook group. You can come and ask questions, do your piece at your convenience. You do not have to be there. We provide you with a tracer, a supply list, a video on how to cut your own glass or break your own glass, and all the things you need to know about the resin and the process of painting. Step by step. Day 1, we do the background. Day 2, we do our base colors. Day 3, we do some really simple shadowing and highlighting work. And day 4 is optional glass and resin. So we hope you'll join us. It's only $10, and it is a video you will have access to forever. Charlene, what tracer are you talking about? The tracer for the Sunflower Pumpkin Challenge is on the Facebook page in the guides. All right, so please come and join us. We'd love to have you. We do lots of fun stuff, and if you're new to this page, and today's the first time you have ever watched us do a live, will you give me a thumbs up right now? Because I want to talk to you. Yeah. Thank you, Rima. So everybody's been here before. That's awesome. That's good too. If you are, I see a couple of thumbs up. If you are new, please like our page. Please like our page, because I don't know if you've paid attention this week, but I think we've made about 15 different styles and colors of pumpkins. Maybe not 15, it just feels like it in my mind. But we have done so many pumpkins. We, with the exception of next week while we are doing our challenge, we are live every Wednesday in this group doing something super fun. Thank you, Rima. Gotcha. We are live in this group doing something super fun, and the closer it gets to the holidays, the more fun we have and the more lives we will be having on this page. So we'd love to have you join us. We would love for you to come and hang out with us. And if you want notifications, then all you got to do is text me at this number, and we will let you know we'll give you about a 10 to 15 minute heads up when we're about to go live and do some fun things on our page, so you don't miss out on anything. Pam, our membership opens next week. Our Sunflowers Challenge starts on Monday, and on Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, I'd have to ask my team because I don't really make decisions. They tell me what to do. But on Wednesday or Thursday, our group will be open again for just a few days, and it'll be your last opportunity to get into our membership at the current rate. Our current rate is $37 a month, and the next time we open, which will probably be next spring, late spring, the price is going up, okay? So keep that in mind, and it is totally the best time to join, because during the Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays, we do a lot of fun artwork, more than normal. Normally we do about 2 art pieces a month inside the group. We have a lot of like challenges and member participation prizes and stuff like that. But we try to keep it to 2 art pieces a month, except during the holidays when we get a little crazy and do a lot of fun art. So we'd love to have you for that. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this until I resin the rest. And I wanna just lay it on top because I don't want to lose it in the resin. So let me scrape all the deliciousness, and then I'm going to go ahead and just use my hands and spread that resin over the top of the art. I gotta hold it because it's kind of wiggly. It wants to be wiggly. Ooh, I poured all my resin on my glass and stingied myself for the rest. See how the resin makes everything pop? It makes the colors brighter. It makes everything really pop and looks super cool. Let me get this side. Get right up to that edge. I don't like to go over the edge. Number one, it's a waste of resin, and it also kind of helps create little bumps on the bottom that are unnecessary. So this is it. So I'm going to take my gloves off really quick. It's crazy, isn't it? I love it too. I gotta say, I love it too. Before I do my frost on my pumpkin, I am going to hit this with the little heat gun I got off Amazon. And what this does is pops any bubbles that we created while we were mixing our resin. Okay? Got some bubbles in my glass. And I see one little spot right here that missed resin. So I'm going to get some resin there. And now, I don't know what that is. Now we're going to frost our pumpkin. So how we frost, I'm going to stick it on there in just a second. How we frost our pumpkin is glass beads. They're called seed beads from Hobby Lobby. Bead Treasures is the brand, and Crystal Luster is the color. So I've dumped it in. I didn't want to do the leaf while it was on there because it's kind of hollow in the center, and I didn't want all that resin to gather up in there. But what I am going to do, because it's super flat on that side, is just lay it in there, kind of press it down, and stick it to that resin, and it will stick perfectly. So now I'm going to take my little seed beads, and I'm just going to tap some beads around my pumpkin. We'll come along the edge of that, and then I can manipulate these and put them where I want them as soon as I get them all on here. I can move them around if I get a stray that is not where I want it to be, like right there. Okay, so now I can take my little stick. I know, I love them. I got them in every color. I've had them for several years. I think I bought them literally years ago when I was still living in Georgia, and I just haven't used them. And I was looking at them. I was trying to find something I could use as a leaf for this crazy pumpkin, and I thought, what better thing? So I'm just going to kind of move my little seed beads around to where I want them to be. And let's get some off of that. And then we are basically, I can scrape some down here. I think I'll put some down at the bottom too, to sparkle up the glass at the bottom. We'll add a few little beads here and there. There's frost on the grass too, right? Or on the ground, not just the pumpkins. So, voila. Check it out. Check it out. Ooh. So, question. Do we add the little stemmy thing, one or two of these, or no? Stem or no stem? Check it out. Guys, this is spectacular. It turned out even better than I really ever imagined that it would. This is the coolest pumpkin, you're right, that I think I've ever seen. It is the coolest pumpkin. Totally in love with it. Let me say, guys, so vitrograph or no? I wish I could add this one. What do you think about that one? Doesn't really show up. It's kind of just fades into the background, but it does look cool. Hang on. I got to get it off. I don't like it. There. I didn't like it. Sorry. I'm going to leave it just like it is. I think it's fine. I love it. But, yeah, no, I'm going to leave it, guys. I'm not going to second guess myself. I think it looks pretty good the way it is. Love it.